The Buckeye Association for Auto Racing is proud to present the Super Pros Series, the crown jewel of late model racing in the Ohio Valley. Today the series heads to the Buckeye State for the first of 3 rounds, first of which is the Woody Fox Bail Bond 75 at Mansfield Motorsports Park. Starting on the pole is a very familiar face, the 16, a star banner for Power Steering Incorporated. Sitting on her 4th pole of the season, 5 drivers had to go to the rear of the field due to Kalamazoo penalties as the green flag comes out, and we are underway for 75 laps here at Mansfield. Banner gets a good start, pulling out in front of the 9 of Robert Burton, the 71 of Hunter Blaze in 3rd, and the 8 of Ashley Elliott in the 4th position. The first caution comes out on the very first lap as the 99 of Roy Warren gets into the 02A of Justin Fontaine, turning him around on the backstretch. The 02 of Fontaine is able to get back going again. And coming back around to the caution, these 4 cars get 4 wide. The 1 of Angelina Hawk, the 7 of Samantha Walsh, the 34 of Parker Whitman, and the 71A of Cora Masterson. They get 4 wide and they start bouncing off of each other like ping pong balls. The 1 gets sent into the wall as well as the 71A. Everyone was able to drive away from this. And needless to say, the officials were a little bit not too happy because they gave all those drivers warnings. Angelina Hawk, Samantha Welch, Parker Whitten, and Cora Masterson for sloppy driving, and they also gave the 99 of Roy Warren a warning for aggressive driving. So officials not playing around today after the particularly sloppy race at Kalamazoo. One of the drivers on her way through the field is the 02 of Jennifer Duke. And right behind her is the 99 of Roy Warren. Both of those drivers were 2 that had to start at the tail end of the field. The second caution of the day occurs on lap number 9 as the 24 gets into the side of the 52 of William Brock, although they were a little bit 3 wide there. Not too much damage, and all of the cars involved would be able to continue. Star Banner continues to lead on the restart. She's been trying to get back into victory lane for the first time since the season opener at Langley. She has 4 poles, but nothing has really come of them so far. A little bit of a three-way battle for the 4th position as the 8, the 11, and 94 go 3 wide into turns 3 and 4, with the 94 winning that battle, and Frank Danny Jr. right behind. And then Daniel Evans decides to go 3 wide once again with the 71 of Hunter Blaze and the 9 of Robert Burton. That's for the 2nd position, so the 94 of Daniel Evans on his way to the front, as well as the 11 of Frank Davey Jr. And here comes the 9 of Robert Burton underneath the 71. That would be for the 4th position. A few laps later, the 9 of Burton would get the run underneath of Daniel Evans going into turn 1 as the 94 goes way up the racetrack, and Burton retakes the 2nd position, and that's all he's able to gain right now because, as you can see, the 16 of Star Banner has checked out from the rest of the field. And of course, she definitely looks like she has the car to beat today. Unfortunately, the engine decides to go kerblammo. Wow, what a tough break for Banner. She finished 2nd last week at Kalamazoo after technically a last lap pass after the caution came out, and now today she goes out early with an engine failure. And with that 16 car out of the race, which a lot of people said was the fastest car here this weekend, this race is now wide open for anyone to take. The 11 of Frank Danny Jr. takes over the lead, but here comes the 94 of Daniel Evans underneath them as we start lap number 28 of 75. Both the 94 and the 11 go way up the racetrack, allowing the 9 of Robert Burton to close back in. As you can see, the 16 pulling onto pit road and eventually behind the wall with engine failure. This is the battle for the lead right now between the 9 of Robert Burton, who won at Louisville earlier this season, the 11 of Frank Danny Jr., who won at BAAR, which was his 48th career win, which is the most all-time, and the 94 of Daniel Evans, who is a rookie. So pretty interesting battle right now as the lead is beginning to be swapped back and forth between these 3 drivers as Danny Jr. returns to the top spot. But here comes the 9 of Robert Burton underneath the 11. Kind of does a little dive bomb there. Oh, look out. 3 wide for the lead as Evans gets underneath both the 11 and the 9. And the 94 led that lap, so Robert Burton still has not led a lap yet today, which is good for a bonus point, as Danny Jr. gets back underneath and retakes the lead once again. Going down into turns 1 and 2, the 9 of Robert Burton gets another run down the backstretch with the 94 Evans in tow. And it looks like the 9 is going to finally take the lead here as they come to the caution flag. We saw the lights flashing, which means that the third caution of the day is out, and the 7 of Samantha Welch gets a little bit tight in turns 3 and 4 and comes up into the 88 of Chuck Darling, bringing out the third caution of the day on lap number 32. But then while under this caution, for some reason, the 94 gets into the back of the 11 of Frank Denny Jr. Wow, that was a little bit of a boneheaded move there by the 94. Not exactly sure what that was all about. And that did do a little bit of damage to the back of the 11 car, but he's able to continue on. And the officials certainly were wondering what that was about and called Daniel Evans to the hauler for a post-race discussion about contact under the caution flag. In the meantime, on the restart, the 9 gets a good start, but then he goes a little bit high as well as the 94, and these three are back at it, racing for the lead as the 11 gets underneath of both of them down the backstretch, and Frank Denny Jr. retakes the lead. And it definitely looks like he has a good car, in spite of the fact that he now has a little bit of rear end damage, but the fact of the matter is that could turn out to be an advantage for him, as the 9 of Robert Burton maintains the second spot going into turns 3 and 4, as he's right behind the 11 of Frank Denny Jr., the 5-time champion of the Super Pro Series. Burton has a run on him going down into turns 1 and 2, and he is alongside Denny Jr. Of course, Robert Burton has that one career win, that was at Louisville. Would like to double that total here today, as he takes the lead from Denny Jr. down the front stretch, but here comes the 11 back on the inside of Burton. So round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. As Denny Jr. makes the crossover stick going into turns 3 and 4, and get another lead change here today as Denny Jr. retakes the lead. But going into turns 1 and 2, Denny Jr. drifts high, and Robert Burton gets a run underneath the 11. So another crossover, this time by Burton. And much like before, he gets the lead off of turns 3 and 4, and he will take the lead back from the 11 car. And he will be able to maintain it going through turns 1 and 2. But here's a driver who's been on the move all race, and that's the 02 of Jennifer Duke. One of 5 drivers that had to start from the rear of the field due to penalties from the Kalamazoo race. But she has worked her way through the field and is now up to the 3rd position and within striking distance of the leaders. As she is able to now take the 2nd position away from Denny Jr. And now she sets her sights on the leader, the 9 of Robert Burton. Going down into turns 1 and 2, the 9 drifts up a little bit high. That allows the 02 to close in a little bit. And going down into 3 and 4, looks like the 9 will be able to hold on for a while. This is the battle for the lead now. It's the 9 of Robert Burton, the 02 of Jennifer Duke, and the 11 of Frank Denny Jr. As the 9 drifts high in turn 2 yet again, Duke has a run underneath for the race lead, and she will complete the pass in turn 3, and coming out of turn 4, Denny Jr. comes underneath of Burton for the 2nd position, as Jennifer Duke takes the lead for the first time today, but gets hauled up a little bit by the now lap down car of Cora Masterson. That allows Frank Denny Jr. to retake the lead once again, as Daniel Evans has rejoined this fight. So we now have a 4-car battle for the race lead, as Jennifer Duke gets a run underneath of Denny Jr. a couple laps later and regains the lead once again. But here comes Daniel Evans in the 94 underneath, as well as the 9 of Robert Burton. He's going to make it 3 wide going down into turns 3 and 4, but he drifts up the track and into the 94 and the 02, causing the 94 to go over on his top, bringing out the 4th caution of the day. And the 8 of Ashley Elliott gets into the back of Jennifer Duke. Well, after this has ended, the points leader getting involved. Oh, it looked like the 9 tried to do a little bit of a dive bomb in turn 3 and drifted up the track and into the 02 and the 94. Boy, the 8 had really nowhere to go there. She really should have slowed down when she saw that the caution was out, but I don't know. Here we're on board with Jennifer Duke. In the 02, you see the 9 drifts up the track and into the 94, which also takes the 02 into the wall and carries the 94 over onto his top. That's actually the first flip over of the season that we've seen. So the 94 was able to get out under his own power, and he was all right, which is a good thing. And there you see He didn't actually have really nowhere to go. The track was pretty much blocked at that point. Tough break for Elliott, who came into this race as the points leader, with a sizable lead at that. Liliana Machado had mechanical problems under this caution and we had to drop out of the race. A tough break for her. In the meantime, while all this was going on, the 11 of Danny Jr. would be able to get by without a scratch and would take over the race lead once again. And he would be the leader coming to the restart, and right behind him is his teammate, the 66 of Brad Brinkley, a former champion himself, and behind him is another driver who had to start from the rear of the field, the 99 of Roy Warren, who's looking for his first career win, as well as he is able to get by the 66 a lap after the restart, and now he comes after that 11 car of Frank Danny Jr., who's looking for his 49th career win, which would extend the all-time record that he has. And he also holds the all-time record with 5 championships. And Warren is able to get around the 11 car of Danny Jr. But here comes Brad Brinkley underneath the both of them and gets the both of them off of turn 4. So Warren worked hard to get around one Red Bull car and got passed by another. So Brad Brinkley takes over the race lead for the first time today. And here comes Hunter Blaze in the 71 to join the fun, as well as the 97 of Bill Jones, who is the top rookie in the point standings so far. And there's the 2 of Lucy Barton coming up into that mix, as well as the 40 of Bridget DeSublin, who won at Kalamazoo. Here comes the 97 of Bill Jones underneath of the 99 and the 11 to challenge for the second position. Pretty impressive rookie season so far by Jones, who's had a pair of runner-up finishes. He finished second at Louisville to Robert Burton, and then he finished second the very next race at Belle Isle to Samantha Welch. So he has been looking really good this season, the top rookie in the series so far, and really the favorite to win Rookie of the Year as he gets passed by the 99 of Roy Warren for the second position. While all that is going on, the 66 of Brad Brinkley drives away from the field as he takes the white flag. The first 3 races of the season were not too good to him, and he was down around 20th in the points after 3 races, but has rebounded nicely and is on a bit of a good streak as he takes the checkered flag. He wins the Woody Fox Bail Bond 75 here at Mansfield. Frank Danny Jr. comes home in second place, beating Bill Jones to the line. So this is the 3rd consecutive season that Red Bull Autosport has a 1-2 finish. Roy Warren comes home in 4th, Lucy Barton, a top 5 for her, Hunter Blaze in 6th. His second straight 6th place finish, Trey Zavala in 7th. Bridget DeSublin backs up her win with an 8th place finish. Valerie Forge had to come from the rear of the field and finished in 9th. And Angelina Hawk finishes in 10th, so all 3 Red Bull cars finish in the top 10. As for the point standings, Elliott is still your points leader, but her lead is now down to just 10 over Lucy Barton. Bill Jones, your top rookie, is only 20 points out. Roy Warren in 4th with 23 points out. Parker Whitten in 5th, Robert Burton in 6th, Bridget DeSublin 7th, Star Banner 8th, Brad Brinkley moves up to 9th, and Trey Zavala is 10th. The next race for the BAAR Super Pro Series is the big one, the most prestigious race of the season, the 20th Pennzoil Ohio 300 at the Columbus Motor Speedway. Thank you for joining us today. I'm John Lyondike, the voice of BAAR, and we'll see you next time.